Hello folks, I'm here today with Nicholas Hummingbird. Hi Nicholas.
Hey Christopher.
Thank you for joining us. And we're here at the Arroyo Seco Foundation Nursery in the Arroyo Seco. And Nicholas is the manager. He and his volunteers make cuttings and they collect the seeds, and they have what you said, like 6,000 plants here?
At the moment, yeah.
And so this is all a work of love to restore the Arroyo Seco. And first, how'd you get into this line of work?
Well, I've always loved plants, and native plants have always been my specialty. And just prior to this, I worked for the National Park Service doing restoration out on the Channel Islands.
The Channel Islands, okay.
Yep. And was out there for a little while, and I had an opportunity to come out here and start up what was my dream, was a native plant nursery. And we have the beautiful area of the Arroyo Seco here that,
and it's strictly native plants.
All native plants.
Yeah.
All these plants have been grown from seed or cuttings from right here in the Arroyo Seco watershed.
So it's genetically from this special canyon, the Arroyo Seco.
Yep, genetically appropriate for all the restoration that needs to be done, and we're up and running. We have over 80 different species currently, with 6,000 plants, a little over 7 months, with the help of over a few hundred volunteers have come out and really dedicated themselves to this place.
Now, besides the propagating that you do you have events here?
Yes, we provide a lot of public education. We teach people why it's important that native plants need to be here, why native plants are crucial for the survival and health of the habitat here in the Arroyo Seco, as well as the wildlife and the ecosystem.
Now, why is it important? People are reading Sunset Magazine and they go to Armstrong and all these places, and it's all the Australian and the European plants. Why are these natives important?
Well, the natives are important because they're uniquely adapted to this land, to the environment, to the conditions that we all are calling home. And this is their home first and foremost. That there's soil conditions here. There's they're uniquely, uniquely created for this place.
Yeah.
And this is a biologically diverse hotspot within the world. We talk about Mediterranean, and that's just one of like 5 ecosystems in the world that have that same kind of unique climate and atmosphere that we have here, but it's so much different.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing so much injustice to where we call home California when we plant all these other non-native plants, because many of them become invasives, and that's what displaces our natives. So you think about the continent North America, and you have this huge landmass, and within California you have more native plants here than anywhere else in this entire United States or even the continent.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And, as an indigenous Californian, you know that in the past all of this was food and medicine and everything else. You're trying to preserve that idea too, aren't you?
Yeah, so there's a knowledge base here in California. There's over 150 native tribes here, and I'm just from 2 of them. And I'm an indigenous person.
The Chumash and the Cahuilla, which is out in the Colorado River area.
Mm-hmm. And we had a huge territory, and a lot of these plants that we have here are representative of our tribal lands. And as native people, we have disappeared because of a long history of destruction and death and genocide, and we feel that that we're still here. We're not in isolation. We're here with our native plants. We're here on our lands. We're here with the animals. But the problem is that we have our voice now. We have human rights now. We have a voice to speak out when there's injustice, but the plants and the animals don't have that voice yet.
Yeah, and so you're that voice.
I try to be that voice along with everybody who lives here, because if you live here, you have a responsibility to your home.
Yeah, and so I'm getting the idea that to you, the revival of the native plants is a revival of the native spirit too.
Mm-hmm. Well, not just that. It's an understanding of where it is that you call home and where it is that everybody lives.
Right.
It gives you an understanding that this is your home, and you have a responsibility to caretake it, not only for the current generations but those who are going to come.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put these non-native plants and really detriment the ecosystem further, what are we going to have left?
Right.
We're in basically an extinction of all of our indigenous plants and animals, not only in this part of the world but all over the world. We're losing them 1,000 times faster than normal.
Right. Let's say somebody listening wants to donate to the Arroyo Seco Foundation or get involved. What's the site that they go and look at?
Well, we have a website, arroyoseco.org.
Arroyoseco.org. Okay.
Arroyoseco.org. We have all of our information on what we're doing for the environment. We're an advocacy group. We advocate for the health of the watershed. We're trying to work hard to bring back endangered species like the steelhead to the Arroyo Seco watershed, and the least-bills vireo. And the plants are a crucial part of that, and we advocate for the health of the land, and we want to restore it and want to see it brought back to its grandeur that it once was.
So we are now in late February of 2016.
Yep.
At the end of March, there is a deadline that the city's given you. Why don't you just speak about that briefly and tell us what people could do?
So the nursery was established as a part of the Arroyo Seco Canyon Project restoration, and it's been put on hold, and our lease is set to expire, but we got an extension, but now the city is telling us that we must be out of here by March 23rd.
March 23rd.
Which is about a month away.
And if you're watching this after March 23rd, check out the website to see what has happened. We hope it's still going to be here.
Exactly.
So you want people to look at the website and talk to the city of Pasadena?
Yeah, we want people to get involved because this isn't just a nursery for plants. It's a nursery, it's a community. We have over several hundred volunteers that have come out and put in their hard work and dedication to this area. I mean, this is a nursery site, and it was long abandoned by the city of Pasadena, by the U.S. Forest Service. You know,
this was the old Forest Service
Yep.
nursery way back when.
And there's
Wow.
nothing here. You know, there's weeds and trash, and the hard work and dedication of our volunteers and myself and many other people. This has made it a huge success. And for us to go away at a time when it's crucial for native plants in Southern California, it's crucial for restoration, it's crucial for the LA River Project and so many other projects to come in the sediment removal, that they want to evict us now. This is the designated area that's in the master plan for over 10 years that this is designated